So, very important part which we have been stressing all along this workshop is to really understand key techniques for innovation and ideation, right? Innovation is you want to build something new, something very interesting, unique, and ideation is the process to look at different ideas, try to uh, analyze those ideas, and then work towards innovative product or service. So, what a list really brings is it talks about a design thinking approach. And even design thinking, we have tried to simplify design thinking to something called FITS: feel, ideate, test, and then scale, or simplify further and then go back to the loop of feel, ideate, test, and scale, right? So FITS is kind of, you can think of this as a circular loop, and it gives you a clear understanding of how your customers or users or potential users of your product feel. What do they feel? Is there a problem? Do they like the problem? Is it really a very urgent problem for them? How they feel about it? What are the ideas you have to solve those problems which they feel about? How do you test it with your customers? And then finally, how do you build your prototypes and scale up and keep it simple if it is too complex? Okay, so this is one of the things. You will find a detailed training program in our list website. If you are interested, if you want to know about this FITS approach, it provides you innovation-led ideation technique to understand design thinking and how it can be applied in your respective startup. These have been again compiled. Some we have defined from the list program, where first speech, it talks about how do you qualify a problem. Like for instance, what is the frequency of problem? What is the impact, right? What is the reach? So it at first is a acronym, and speech is about solution, right? Like for instance, are you improving the speed? Are you trying to be more competitive on pricing? Is it about experience, choice, and so on? So first speech is a technique we have built, defined to help you relate to that problem and solution, that is product market fit. Scamper is the other technique. It stands for substitute, combine, adjust, modify, put to use or another use, eliminate, and revert. So Scamper is a technique. Again, we have given examples to explain how this can be applied in our videos. Lean waste, we talked about it. There is something called mind mapping, which is a technique. Also, something like IOU, or activities, environment, interactions, objects, and users. So this is a technique which helps you to understand what is happening to the people or the users or the potential users of your product, your customers, how they are feeling in a certain environment. And then you try to make notes, very short notes of how do they interact, when, how, like if it is a health-based app, how do they go and what is their journey like? What is their customer journey today? How do they, what activities they take? What environment is it, like virtual? Is it on phone? Is it they go and stand in front of a hospital reception or a doctor? How do they interact? What objects do they use? Do they use phone? Do they use like a note? Do they use pen? And what kind of users you interact with? So that is called AIOU. It is aligned with the lean approach, where you go and see, and as founders, co-founders, or team members in a startup, you want to understand this whole concept so that you understand the problem and come up with innovative solutions to those problems. All right, the final one, which I would like to also highlight, is collision theory. Collision is it's a English word, as आपको सबको मालूम, collision means how physically things collide. So in this case, collision means how the concepts collide. Okay, concepts means just think about many of you wear glasses just like I do, and if you think about a company like a Lenscraft, which is started as a startup, now it is almost scaling up. So they have collided different ideas of a doctor office, like an optician, and then looked at some components of e-commerce like Amazon or a Prime membership. Then they use smartphone features. So they collided different ideas to define a company and the product called Lenscraft, where they have stores, physical stores, and they have a service or an app by which you can take a picture of yourself. You can try to adjust your different, prescription, eye prescription requirements. They do all this sizing of different, measurement of your retina, like how much is the dimension and so on, and then they provide you or they deliver glasses to you, right, based on your tailored requirements. So they have tried to collide different ideas and bring this product and service to the customer. So that is what is called collision. It generally helps you be innovative in your solution for problems you're trying to solve.